I just wanted to do a quick video about all about Eve, all about me. Who am I? Who is this person that's giving you all this advice, and what life experiences have she had, and all this sort of stuff. I'll put a link to a page on my website under this video which goes into much more detail, because I'm not writing anything down. I'm just going to just say whatever comes into my head, because obviously we've all had long lives and things. So lots of things have happened. So I was born in the 70s, and I was born in Germany. I'm British, English, whatever you want to call it. I'm a citizen of the world, really, but just for official purposes. My dad was in the army, so we were in Germany. I lived there for 3 years. Then we came to England, and we lived in Hong Kong when I was little, which was amazing. For 4 years when I was little. I went to an international school. I went to school with the Gurkhas, the children. There were just so many people. It was lovely. It was a really, really special time that I remember in my life. I have one brother. What else? Trying to think. So we settled in York, North Yorkshire, and I'm trying to remember which bits to tell you now. Okay, about me. So I went into travel and tourism. I was a travel agent, quite a few places. I was a cruise specialist as well. I did that for a few years. That was lovely. I loved that. Got to go to some lovely places and meet a lot of lovely people. Then I had my first child when I was 19. Then I had my second child when I was 28. And then probably 10 years or so later, I had another couple of children, a couple of years apart. So I have 4 altogether. Not forgetting Roy's daughter as well. She's part of our family as well. We're all the same lovely patchwork family, as many of you are. Anyway, I love all of them to pieces equally. So travel and tourism. After I went back to college when I was an adult, after my first child, I did beauty therapy and massage, because I love the massage side of it. So I did that. Then I was company secretary of a business that was just starting up. That was interesting. For a while we were setting up beauty salons in hotels and things. That was in York. Then I moved to Bournemouth, on the south coast. So I'll try not to say too many times, that's annoying me already. Then what did I do then? My life experiences really started there. So I had my teenage years in York, and then I had in my early 20s I moved down to Bournemouth, and I started having my life experiences down there. Now, if you've seen my previous videos, especially the last one I've just done, I have no regrets. I'm at peace with everything in my life. I had a lot of things happen to us in our family, in our life. So when I talk about them, I'm open to talking about them with other people. That's fine, because a hell of a lot of other people have been through very similar things. Basically, I had 2 domestic violence relationships with my children. One when I was pregnant. The second one was worse than the first. I'm not belittling or downplaying any of that. I just don't want to go down into the nitty-gritty, muddy waters of it all, really. But that was me. That's what I've experienced in my life. Extremely low points, extremely low, really hard. And that was that. So what did I do? So after all of that, after many years of that, I settled in a little village called Abbotsbury on the southwest coast of England, and that's where I met my husband now. But I had a few years of healing, and I got into meditation and all that down there. And then I went to Peru on a charity trek, and it was the first time that I left my children for a period of time, 10 days it was. I left them with my parents, and it was the hardest and the best thing I've ever done in my life. I did it for Amnesty International because my human rights, I had to go through the courts with some of the stuff I was going through, and they ended up blaming me, and it was just a load of bollocks, really, as the justice system is quite a lot of the time. That was that in a nutshell. So because of that, I got into Amnesty International, and I went to Peru, and it was amazing, absolutely amazing. and I came back buzzing with all this energy. So I came back and I thought, what do I do with all this energy? I thought, I'll learn Reiki. That's very mainstream and it was easy to do. So over a period of time, I learnt Reiki 1, 2 and 3. Then I ended up teaching because I started a healing centre in Abbotsbury with my mum. And we did that for a few years, and that was amazing as well. We met some really amazing people. But we also met quite a lot of other interesting people, and we had a lot of interesting experiences. But I was so glad I did it. It was amazing. And so I've been teaching Reiki for a few years, and I loved it. And then I was pregnant with my latest child, who's now 3, and my relationship with that just stopped. I didn't want to do it. I really got into it. I bought all the books. You name it. I really got into the Reiki, and then my relationship with it stopped, and I changed. My relationship with spirit changed. It became more, and yes. So I had my home birth at last. I had my other children in hospitals, but I had a home birth with aromatherapy oils. Oh my God, it was brilliant. The best. It was the best. And so that was my latest child. And then I started getting into learning doula. So I bought a doula course. I still haven't finished it because for some reason I thought I would have time to do it, and I haven't had time to finish it, but that is what I'm going to be doing as soon as I can. Finish the doula course, which is helping families through their pregnancies and afterwards and anything in between. And because I've had lots of experience in that field, and I've really got a lot to offer as well, so I can't wait to be doing that. But yeah, my energy work, so I rewrote, when we came to France in 2019, so I met my husband. He'd had his own life experiences, and we sold his house. And then we came over here and bought a barn to renovate. So again, if you go and have a look on my website, from the link underneath, it'll tell you a lot more other things I've probably missed out. Oh, I got in with the Druids in England. I was initiated in Stonehenge, with our local Druid group. That was an amazing time as well. I love that. We used to go regularly to Stonehenge, just in a private group, and it was like all the Japanese tourists, where we're all in our gear and our costumes as we go in. And I went on the End of the World Day 2012, 21st of December, with my 2 children for the morning, and that was when there was 1,000 people there as well, but normally it was when it was private, and we got to go in, and I love doing that. And that's one thing I miss about England, is all the sacred sites and the stone circles and things. But anyway, I got in with a website, a spiritual consciousness, half truther, half spiritual website. It's called the GIC, the Global Illumination Council, and wow, that changed my life as well. I'm still really good friends with the people that I had that experience with online. I was the token English person. I was via Skype every week. I was the co-host on an internet radio show. We interviewed a lot of people, and that really opened my spiritual awakening went then, and I was again half into the truther, half into the spiritual, and that's what's brought me into my balanced mindset now, because things are nuts out there at the moment, and there's so many rabbit holes to go down. You have to learn balance and trust in yourself and in spirit, and discernment, and learn to ground. So that brings me to France. God, this is all over the place, isn't it? This brings me to France. We bought a barn to renovate. We spent a good 3 years in survival mode. Lived in a caravan for a year. We're actually living in the barn now. So much paperwork in France. It's ridiculous. They love their paperwork. And obviously everything in the world at the moment everybody knows about, and we're out of the way. We're halfway up a mountain in the mountains of the Cantal in France. You can see all of this on our website. We've started up community projects. I've now got my healing room inside the barn, which is just temporary. We'll have a bigger one later on, and we'll also we're living at the bottom at the moment. We're going to live at the top of the barn probably next year at this rate. So yeah, my relationship with the healing, I've been teaching healing. I've been doing it in French. I rewrote my course. I had my Reiki course, and I thought I took all them pieces out of it, and then I rewrote it as a basic energy healing course, and I've been teaching that in France. With my health issues this year, I've not been doing any of that. I've been concentrating on myself and my family, and I've now, let's say, I've got my healing room with all. I'm looking at all my books. It's absolutely beautiful in here, and this is my sacred space. And I will be doing more videos. Like my lovely friend commented on my last video saying, "Oh, it was just like the old days in the healing centre in Abbotsbury when you did that and that video." And I really need to start doing that again. So I will do more of that for myself and for everybody else. And so that's amazing. So yeah, so my healing course, it's an intuitive healing. As I got more intuitive, yeah, I use my sound therapy instruments. I'm not qualified officially in it, but I've been learning it for years on and off. And there is nothing better than a sound bath, sound therapy for me. Unfortunately, there's not many therapists around here in the middle of nowhere in France. But we have some lovely friends, and that's me, really. I'm trying to think what else to say. Yeah, it's all about Eve. That's me. Somebody told me once, quite rudely, in a pub, how can I say this nicely? That was it, really. Yeah, that's the nice bit. And they said, it's not all about you, you know. And that energy from that person went whoosh right through me. And I was really shocked. I was thinking, well, no, I didn't want it to be all about me. I was really confused. When I processed that quite a lot later, I started my website. I've got a page on there called All About Eve, because actually it is all about me. Just like your life is all about you, okay? And that's what, as soon as it's not ego-based, it just is. So that's, I've said that ever since, all about Eve. So that's why this video is called All About Me, All About Eve. Yeah, so I'm actually looking forward to the future, and if you resonate with me, if you resonate with what we're building, a holistic therapy centre here in France, if you resonate, we're trying to go as off-grid as possible. We homeschool our children. Every single part of our life, just like your lives, I'm sure at the moment, is scrutinised by the system, and it has been extremely difficult. But as we're transitioning from the 3D to the 5D, and again, that's another whole video, and loads of other people can tell you all about that in their videos. You have to stay with the timeline that you want. You have to manifest the timeline. I believe, just like Nako says, and like it says on my website, on my page, I believe in the good things coming. And for us to manifest that collectively, we have to unite together. Okay, and I can't express that enough. So please, if you resonate with this message, if you resonate with me, yeah, get in touch, or just pass on that vibe. Keep that vibe going, keep that high vibration going. Stay away from all the fear. Turn your telly off on the news, it's a load of bollocks. But not getting into any of that. I'm not saying it's not happening, because things are happening. There's just a lot of misinformation out there. So you follow your truth. That's it. I'm stopping babbling now. That's all about me, and I will, yeah, that's it.